AI leads through information architecture. Ford drove the first automobile down the streets of Detroit in 1890. It would take another 30 years before the company streamlined production and made cars available to the mass market. The obvious lesson: sometimes technology has a long gestation period before we can scale it for everyday use. But, digging a bit deeper, there is a more profound lesson. Over the first 100 years of the self-propelled vehicle, manufacturers established essential building blocks, standard components like the combustion engine, steering wheel, and axle. These building blocks enabled scale, which led to wider adoption. And, as is often the case, the building blocks catalyzed complementary innovations, which then helped improve the building blocks. Consider that in the first generation of vehicles, 1750 to 1850, if a person wanted a means of transport, they had to design and fabricate every component. This design phase produced unique artifacts such as the Cugnot Steam Trolley, the first self-propelled land-based vehicle. Having gone through several additional phases, including build and repair, we're now at a point in which we can pick out a car and drive it off the lot. The evolution of the auto industry is similar in form to the currently nascent world of artificial intelligence. And like the auto industry, in order for it to flourish, organizations must adopt and embrace a prerequisite set of conditions, or building blocks. For example, AI requires machine learning requires analytics, and analytics requires the right data and information architecture, IA. In other words, there is no AI without IA. These capabilities form the solid rungs of what we call the AI ladder. The increasing levels of analytic sophistication that lead to, and buttress, a thriving AI environment. AI currently mimics and improves the human function. Said another way, it brings human features to technology. In the consumer world, that is mimicking speech, vision, and daily interactions. In the enterprise, it mimics and improves enterprise functions, such as logistics, marketing, finance, operations, and HR. While it is similar in concept, the difference is as stark as the Cugnot Steam Trolley and the Tesla. Enterprise AI is about solving sophisticated business problems in highly dynamic environments. This requires an understanding of well-defined use cases and starting points, as well as an acknowledgement that, per MIT professor Eric Brynjolfsson, the bottleneck now is in management, implementation, and business imagination. Of course, the entry points for AI vary from organization to organization. In some cases, companies jump directly to the top of the ladder and adopt established AI technologies for specific use cases. But in many others, organizations begin to build out their enterprise AI environment by getting their IA in order. To provide fluidity and avoid Brynjolfsson's bottlenecks, organizations have three distinct foundational areas of technical advancement to embrace and exploit: hybrid data management, unified governance and integration, and data science and business analytics. Viewed separately, the data science and AI renaissance is flourishing because of digitization, the data explosion, and the transformative impact that machine learning has on data, namely, to enable the completion of new tasks. But while existing AI techniques give us greater insight, to get back to the automobile analogy, we still do not have self-driving cars. This is because building AI systems involves more than learning how to perform a specific task from data, it requires an infrastructure. Through the adoption of hybrid data management, unified governance and integration, and data science and business analytics, organizations of all sizes and all levels of understanding can begin to unleash the power of AI in the enterprise. Rob Thomas is General Manager at IBM Analytics.